treated me well. So I have no complaints about YouTube whatsoever. Obviously, you know, YouTube takes their cut. I know a lot of people don't like it, but obviously they're a business. So, you know, they got to get their piece, which I get. Because without them, we can't do this. So what the hell are you complaining about? But, you know, outside of that, you got to deal with, you know, the haters out there, I guess. But whatever. There's always going to be haters everywhere. So if you want to make money by putting yourself out there on videos that people can watch, you're going to get haters, because they exist no matter what. There's people out there that will never ever be happy no matter what. So they will complain about everything. So if they complain about everything, obviously they're going to complain about what I talk about. So if you're going to make a YouTube channel, as long as you understand that and you're okay with it, you'll be just fine. Which, by the way, if you're someone listening to this and you are thinking about creating a YouTube channel, do yourself a favor. Stop thinking about it and just do it. Take your phone after this video, after you watch all the commercials. No, I'm just kidding. Take your phone, hit record a video, and make your first YouTube video. Post it, make a YouTube channel, and post it up right now. You know, as soon as possible. And there you go, your YouTube journey begun. That's exactly what I did. I said, you know what, I'm going to start my YouTube, but how the hell am I going to do it? You know, at the time I had what, maybe my son was 2. I'm like, I can't do it at home. I don't want anyone to know I'm making a YouTube. I don't want my wife to know. You know, it's embarrassing. So what I did is I put it in my cup holder in the car, and I hit record, and I talked about my dividend investing journey, my investing journey. And I did that, and I eventually started making videos at home, and that's it. Videos on the car, videos on the home, and then eventually I started making videos on the phone, and yeah. Again, I've never done anything fancy though. It's always been on the phone. It wasn't until recently where I actually set up a live interview with one of the fund managers. I'm like, I honestly didn't know how I could do it from the phone, nor did I want to waste their time and find out, like, and have screw ups. So I had to go buy a MacBook because I didn't have a computer, because I just used everything, you know, my work computer. I had my work computer to do shit, but obviously I'm not going to use it for that. So I bought my own computer for the interview, and now I use the computer to help with my spreadsheets and all that, which, you know, it's a huge blessing that I even bought that. So that was a great investment to the channel. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, if you're interested in an additional income source and you have a hobby that you think you can cover on YouTube, just do it. Honestly, just do it. Who gives a damn what people say? I mean, my channel is the perfect example that shows anybody can do this. Again, I don't have a microphone. I don't have a special camera. I don't even have a computer half the time. I do everything on my phone. Everything. You know? Again, I have the laptop for certain things now when needed, but I don't even need it. I just need it for the interviews, really. In reality, I can do everything on the phone except the interviews. So just think about that. So if you have something like, if you're into fitness and nutrition and you want to talk about it on the way to work, do it. What do you got to lose? You know, someone's going to say, oh man, look at this moron. Believe me, in the beginning, when you're just starting off and you're getting the hate comments, it's a lot more rough, because you're like, oh my God, you know, because you're thinking, you know, no one's going to want to watch this. Why would anyone care? It's not until you have like a certain amount of people watching, you're like, all right, people actually care, so I'm going to continue. Anyway, I kind of went off on a YouTube tangent there, but it's a huge part of my income source at the moment. So my dividend income was supposed to be replacing my wife's income, but YouTube actually replaced my wife's income. Okay, plus obviously, you know, me lowering my contributions into my investments. So plus minus, you know, full-time daycare bill. So again, it all worked out, and currently I cannot put additional funds into my account, into my investment account, because my full-time income alone, again, plus YouTube income, is just enough to pay the bills. Sometimes, again, YouTube varies. It could be all over the place, right? Like I said, it could be, I've had recently, my recent lowest was 1,700. My recent high was 3,000. So it could be anywhere within that range, if you guys were wondering. But if I can make a consistent 3,000 a month, that would be ideal. But that's not easy. Like that 3,000, that was a perfect month. I kind of busted my ass that month, because I had my goal. I was like, I'm gonna hit 3,000 that month, and I busted my ass, and I did. This month, I'm not gonna hit 3,000, because I just can't. You can't do videos like that all the time, especially when you have a full-time job and 2 kids at home. So with just my daily videos, you know, if I could crank out 2,000 a month, that should be enough to survive. So I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna make this. I'm not gonna wear myself out beyond belief. I'm just gonna, you know, do what I need to do. So anyway, the dividend income that I'm producing, which, you know, again, I'm around the same money, like 2,000 a month. Last month, I think I made like almost 2,300. You know, that is what I'm building up in order for me to retire early. That is the account that is going to help me retire early. And as far as what number I need for that, I haven't really thought too far about that, because you know, I have to consider many different factors, right? Am I going to need, you know, as much income as my full-time income? And I think I need more, to be honest, because, you know, although, you know, most full-time jobs have benefits, and although benefits suck, they still, you know, the premium you pay from an employer versus on your own is going to be much cheaper. So you have to consider health benefits, especially for a family of 4. So that is like one of the biggest things I have to consider, especially, you know, as of recently, both of my kids one got stitches, one had to go to the ER, one is on medicine. They're both finally recovering, but long story short, you don't even want to know what medical bills cost. Like well, you probably know, but you get the gist. Like, you can't have shit like that happen and you're not working. So if you're going to retire on dividends, you need to make sure that you make enough for emergencies. So you have to build up an income source, to me, that exceeds your current income source. Because not only do you need to be ready for the emergency instances, but you need some money to reinvest, because again, you always want to help build up, because these high yielders, most of them, you have to kind of reinvest anyway. So you need to make enough to reinvest at least 25%, I would think. Again, I don't have that sweet spot yet, but that's just like throwing out numbers. And then, like I said, health insurance, that's huge cost, huge expense. And then there's the other bill, like your normal day-to-day bills. But again, less expenses would be on the car. Right now I'm driving to work, 1 hour to work, 40 miles one way. That's wear and tear on a car. That won't happen, right? That won't happen as much, right? Like next week I'm traveling for work. I think I'm driving at least 3 hours one way. Obviously I'm staying overnight. I don't know how I'm gonna do the freaking videos, by the way, but you know, that's wear and tear on the car. And you're not gonna get as much wear and tear on the car if you're not commuting to work. So there's other expenses that go down, like things like that. Do you even need 2 cars, right? Do you need 2 cars, or can you share a car if you're both not working, right? Maybe you could share a car, right? But again, my car's so old and cheap, like it wouldn't make sense. So what else? What else? You know, there's so many different things to factor in. Just even talking about it, I get excited because, you know, again, you're of the mindset. I'm 40. Well, I just turned 42. 42 years old. Again, of being of the mindset of working till 62 minimum, and now that's 20 years away. Again, that's not that far, really, but cutting off the retirement age by 10 years, that's huge, right? Versus working 20. In 10 years, my kids will be 12 and 18. So, you know, they're still young, and I get to spend as much time as I want with them at that point. Like Monday through Friday is no longer out, you know, because right now people who work, typically they work Monday through Friday, and who knows how early they go in, who knows how late they get home, but most things are not possible. Granted, I always make time for coaching on my son's sports, but that's not easy either. You know, you have to work that around your schedule at your job, which, again, some jobs aren't as flexible, but we're just all so programmed to do this. Like, we have to work until a certain age. But anyway, this video kind of went all over the place, but I also wanted to mention that I just applied for margin in my brokerage, in the same taxable brokerage. I wasn't going to do it for the longest time because I didn't know how I was going to pay it, because I wasn't a trader. But now that these high yielders came out and they've been established, they've been out for a while, I'm comfortable with them, I'm gonna use margin. And there's a lot of brokers out there that, you know, they offer really low margin, like IBKR, what is that, International Broke something, I forget, that one, and Robinhood offer 6 to 7% margin interest rate, which right now is considered super low. And then there's Schwab, Fidelity, they're around the 12 to 14% range. It depends on your balance, I think. But even that, you can still do well, because some, you know, the funds that we're investing in, they yield anywhere from 20 to even up to 100%. So if you can make even close to that, you can pay off this margin interest and then make plenty of money at the same time. However, that does not go without risk. You know, so obviously there's much more risk when you're investing with other people's money than your own. And that was the reason that I never got involved with margin, you know. But I'm at the point now where I'm comfortable using it, especially if it's going to catapult me into retirement faster. Because again, right now, I can't invest more money into my investment account because we're living off one income. So, but if I could borrow other people's money, you know, I'll pay them their 10%, whatever. Here's your interest. I'll keep, say, 30. Again, my goal is to yield 40% on an annualized basis. So if I'm making 40, I pay them 10, I keep 30. So that's additional 30%, you know, on money that I wouldn't have otherwise had. So margin, again, I literally just signed up. I've never used margin, so more to come on that. But that's going to possibly speed track the retirement plan. And I haven't had a chance to run the numbers, but when I do, I will let you know. I just have to ease my way in. I'm not going to jump full steam ahead, use all of the margin, and then, you know, get margin called. I know that's a bad word, right? Margin call. But I mean, in the end, right, they call you, or they sell your shares. Okay, whatever. Like that's the worst case scenario. They sell your shares. Okay, but you know, you don't want it to get to that point anyway. So if you borrow a certain amount that you're not in danger of that, then that's fine. Again, as I learn, I will share what I learned that helps you guys out. But the summary is, I'm going to borrow a specific percentage, you know, start off with, and then maybe 20%. So if I'm getting, right now I think I have 50,000. My account's at 54,000 capital. they're going to let me use $50,000 in margin. So I'm going to borrow 20%, which is $10,000, and I'm going to use that money to invest in high yield dividends. And that income that I get each month, it'll pay off the margin. And guess what? Guess what'll happen? I will use the margin again, right? It'll pay down the margin, because I don't know what the balance will be, but either way, say if I use $10,000 in margin and I get paid $2,000 a month, that $2,000, I believe, this is how it works on Schwab, per Kamar. If I get paid $2,000, that'll just decrease, the amount of margin that I have outstanding. So if it's $10,000 outstanding, it'll go to $8,000, and then I'll just use that $2,000 again, putting it back up to the $10,000 number. So hopefully that makes sense. That's my plan, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously, it's going to make me feel a little differently about my investments. It's going to make me feel a little more risky in the beginning until I get comfortable. But in summary, I think it's time. It's time for me to utilize, margin, to borrow money at a lower rate, of which I think I can make more than double that rate. So why the hell would I not try, right? I'm not going to sit around anymore and just wait and wait and wait. I'm going to do what I can to build this income source. Again, I consider this my account. Why am I? Yes, I have to pay taxes on the income, but it is my emergency income source, which will eventually convert to my retirement income. Right now, yes, I'm not using it, but I'm reinvesting all of it. But if I need to use it for an emergency, I will. If not, I'll reinvest it. But that's what it's there for. Yes, I pay taxes on it. I don't give a damn. I'm happy to. It is what it is. You can't freaking avoid taxes. If I have to pay taxes now versus locking up my money until 59.5, I will pay taxes now. Any day of the week. If you guys feel otherwise, then that's your choice, and you can invest till you're 59.5. If you can do both, even better. I can't afford to max out all of my retirement vehicles and invest in a taxable income enough that I can retire early. So if I ever get to the point where I can do both, great. But that's not happening. I'm too far along in the process. I'm too old. So I have to, stick with what I've been doing, and hopefully, again, I can retire by the age of 50. That's going to be my goal. That's not 10 years, it's 8 years at this point, because I'm 42 now. But if I could retire at 50, that would be a beautiful thing. And again, I tell people this at work. You tell even family members, they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, okay. And then just like I tell them I have a YouTube channel, like, what? Granted, I don't tell many people I have a YouTube channel, because I don't think they need to know, especially, certain people. Like, why? I don't know. If they find me, so be it. But I'm not going to go around and be like, yeah, everyone follow me, friends and family. But, I'll tell certain people, but not everyone. Anyway, I'm almost at work. I need to start getting motivated to work out. Going to the work gym, get a workout in, and then go to work 4 to 5 hours, and then work out at lunch, and then finish the day, work another 4 hours, and then leave, right? And then drive home and do this, eat dinner, go to sleep, do the same exact thing tomorrow. And that's it, And will I make another commute video tomorrow? Probably not. I don't know. Depends. Depends on you guys, Maybe I will. Maybe if we get like 1,000 views, I'll say, today, maybe I'll do another commute video. I know, it's stupid, but why not have some? It's good to have fun too. All right, guys, not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. If not, we'll try again the next time, right? That's all we can do. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. If you have suggestions on commute topics, then let me know. Because again, I commute to work twice a week. Next week, I'm commuting 3 hours. I'll have my GPS on, so I probably can't do a podcast, but I don't know, maybe on the way home. But either way, I think that's all I got for today. So just want to thank you guys for watching, and yeah, that's it. Keyword, if you made it this far into the video and you want to prove it, the keyword is retire early, right? Retire early, prove everyone wrong, you could do it, and retire early. Simple, just simple. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I will talk to you later.